Draft.
Just some mad bug on
It
my,
looks so pretty.
Yeah, on my
Thank you,
computer.
Baloo.
It's good that you can't see it, guys. Gotta move this
Niall-
pint glass away from the mini-map.
Niall is going to be able to break this smoke if they walk upstairs. They do manage to catch Daly. The smoke is popped. We can talk as loud as we want now. They've caught out this clockwork, but he's got all 4 of them in a cogs right now, so they are taking a lot of damage. Stun out from Faith Kian. Looks like Mr. Dittos might go down first on this Ogre Magi, and indeed he does. Emperor Joon goes down. Another blood grenade comes out from Mousy. A second blood grenade has hit the Imprint Academy, but it's not enough. Faith Kian tries to turn this with the stun, does manage to escape. Looks like they might want to go back in. They have 4 stacks on Niall, so Niall is barely dead right now, and indeed he does go down, but Mousy going to die as well for this potentially. Stinky Steve going back in on very little HP. I don't know if I rate this play. No, I don't. 3 kills bled by the side of June's. Make that 4 kills potentially here. Might
Daily.
what are they doing? What is this game? 6 kills at the 0-minute mark. Calm
Bloodbath.
the fuck down.
Great.
See, throws in the Shadow Realm on top, but it's not quite enough to take down the big bruiser. In comes Emperor Joon, making him go into Maniac. Maniac could be in some trouble here. Does manage to get the cookie off onto Magi, so it seems like they're at least going to have to give away their Ogre if they're going to get the kill. Trying to turn around now on Mr. Dittos, but he's in a lot of trouble, and they're not going to get Maniac either, but they could turn onto Magi. He has Rocket Barrage in just a few seconds. He could pull this off potentially. Solar Crest coming around the back. This could be actually one Molotov is going to take both these guys out. Will he pop it on Magi? It looks like he will.
Got the vision. He got the vision.
Gets him back with that Molotov.
Go.
That's going to take out Magi. Makes the trade worthwhile for Mr. Diddles there in the end.
Now get Granny.
Start with bats, and then I was smart enough not to. I'm so clever. I didn't say it, Crab.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. Looks like I'll take out Taylor in the top lane.
Pick.
Rotation out onto him from Mr. Diddles, but the Sandstorm is just picking up more and more damage. They might take out Niall as well, but Faith Kian being pressured by that tower does manage to jump out of it, but not enough. One more right click would take out Maniac, but instead it's a turned fight. They lose Faith Kian. They lose Mr. Diddles. They do take Taylor in exchange. But Mousy now also in some trouble. Might drop to the door. Oh, this snipe from Maniac just doesn't connect. Inches. Interesting to see. I'd imagine so. It seems like they're going to really want to take down this tower, though. They kind of have to take it down before Oshin can move into this more kind of clean rotation style. Candyman is caught out. He is there on this big timber source. Solar Crest comes in. He has the leash. Look how fast they kill that timber. He is down immediately at the start of that fight. Niall goes through the rotation on Mousy. Doesn't connect it. Instead gets Cursed Crown. Stuns himself. Solar Crest is in, and he's doing a lot of damage, but in comes that Night Stalker. Even more powerful on Daily. Follow-up ult coming out from this big old scary granny. They do kill Solar Crest. It's a lot of money. Mousy goes down as well. So huge team fight. What started off looking very poorly for June Squad is now looking disastrous for them indeed. They take out Mr. Dittos. It is a 3-for-1.
They smelled it. They absolutely smelled it.
Behind on their Batrider, but their Sand King is having a spectacular game so far. Nobody's on. Hang on. Hook in from Niall out onto Stinky Steve on this gyrocopter, taking a huge amount of damage. Follow over the blink from Taylor. Takes out Stinky at the start of the fight. Not what you want on June's. Faith Kian is channeling him an ult, but he's taking so much damage. But look at the healing from that Bloodstone. He is staying alive despite it all. Solar Crest in the middle of this all. They don't have enough damage to take him out just yet. Taylor, though, could be in some trouble here. Taking right clicks. Mousy on top of him. One more right click is all it's going to take, but Handyman's back in on this timber. They do manage to take down the Alchemist. Still a 3-for-2. Not what you want on the side of June Squad. Moving in, trying to potentially take out Handyman thereafter, but Solar Crest used. But Netflix, that's a good one, baby. I love that one.
Yeah. Okay, there's an engagement about to happen in a second
looks like
now.
It. Niall going in onto Emperor June, Mr. Diddles. He is going to lose a clockwork in exchange for it, so you lose a clock. Oh no, not quite. He's managed to get out, but meanwhile, young Handyman is caught out. Down goes this big scary timber, not looking so scary anymore. BKB from Taylor, but he's using it to run the hell away and try to TP out of this fight. One more right click, he almost goes down. They've already lost their Night Stalker. They've also lost their big old Snapfire. It's a 4-for-1 in favor of the June Squad. And I just heard Fahad. Could be a clash of the Titans here. They are choosing to TP. Potentially Faith Kian gone on. Magi has him, but he has a BKB, so
yeah, there's the BKB.
Should be fine just walking away. No TP on him, though, which is a little cringe, a little sus. Meanwhile, Emperor June, aka Mr. Diddles, a lot of trouble. In comes Stinky Steve, and he goes, actually, no. Magi, though, in a lot of trouble. A lot of right clicks. He's used his BKB, but it's too
another late
again.
one. Yeah. Oh.
Down he goes. So they trade their Ogre Magi for a Night Stalker. Solar Crest is in. He's caught out Handyman on this timber again. He does escape with that chain, but Taylor now in has that BKB slapping down Faith Kian, and indeed he does go down. Stinky Steve though, still alive, still thriving, still an Aegis in that back pocket. But in down the back, Handyman chops down Solar Crest. Stinky Steve versus the world. Who will win?
Oh,
Can
great
one man
pause.
stink enough? It doesn't seem like it. He's gonna go down here. He does have a second life coming up in just a moment.
And a
it
BKB.
doesn't look like either Mousy or this big ogre can get there in time to save him. Mousy coming in over the left side. He was 2k up against a team who I've said multiple times should be further ahead at this point.
Totally agree.
Like,
yeah.
the tempo in terms of these drafts are very different. Now, obviously, your Bat Rider drops off and your Timber is going to be better. Hang on, jump in onto this Ogre Magi. Really good initial go there, especially with the follow-up with the Night Stalker. Faith Khan does get off the ultimate. He's popping it in the middle of all of them. That's going to do a lot of damage. And indeed, watch what happens when they have Epicenter. It's a very different fight. Looks like they're going to lose their Night Stalker, and they lose their pause one thereafter. Maniac in some trouble, running away on this big old granny, is able to make it out. But as I said, but so far looking pretty good. 5k net worth lead. Ward on the Lotus Pool, so they are being spotted out right now on June's. They have a lot of heroes sitting in the back lines from Imprint. In they come Magi with a great initial jump on this Nacho, but look at the damage from Stinky Steve. He gets almost chopped out immediately.
Massive
Taylor
crits.
comes in with the stun, but it's onto Mousy who can just dodge it, and now down goes your Night Stalker. He doesn't even have a fight whatsoever. Buyback from the Night Stalker. Will it be enough? We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like Niall, next one to go down in this fight. Down he goes. Taylor, the Petite King, coming in here in the back of the fight, trying to rescue what has been a disastrous start of the fight for them, and it seems like it might, but in comes Faith Kian. They're laughing over on the Dunes, and they should be, because they're tearing up this fight. Buyback on this Clockwork. A 4-for-1 so far. Handyman looking like he ain't going to be much handy much longer. Getting hit up with more stacks of that napalm. Ultra kill for Faith Kian. Come back now. Give that boy a rampage. First laner Axe like to go down. They don't care about the, oh, there's no creeps, but they still kill it so fast. They've got a gyro. Oh, the gyro's dead.
Gyro is dead.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
They only get it.
That you ruined the implication.
Okay,
it was
fine.
subtle up to that
Fine,
point.
fine.
Oh, God damn it, God. I'm so big, shouts Mr. Diddles right now. And they jump in immediately onto Taylor. Taylor on this Alchemist getting shredded to pieces. They are getting off a nice fight. They do manage to take out Solar Crest and Mr. Diddles. This is actually not a great fight so far, but look at Stinky Steve. Like, this is the problem right now. This gyrocopter, ginormous. The Sand King, even bigger.
Handyman,
Stinky is
double
having
kill.
his time. He still has the Aegis on Stinky Steve. He wants to chase down Handyman. And indeed, it looks like he might. Faith Kian here as well. Has the stun primed and ready. They do manage to land it onto Handyman. They take out a 3-for-3, which, all things said, not bad. But with all that gold going into Stinky Steve, who's going ho, 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 at this point.
Stinky Steve is engorged right now.
It's getting the better cookie. But still fine, all things considered. They're now pushing in onto this bottom tier 3. Look at how large that sandstorm is with that bloodstone. It just stretches for miles. It's impossible to move into, and Stinky Steve pumps out the damage. He can pop. Oh, hang on. Jump in with Solar Crest. Catches out that Darkseer. Daily is dead before this fight even begins. And now, no buyback on this Night Stalker. They're going to have to take a 5v4 if they're going to win this. June squad are doing it. They're taking out Imprint Academy. They have 2 more lanes of racks to get through. They still have the ones top, but they are doing the amount of natural kill gold you get from assists. Both this Night Stalker and this Hoodwink will have buyback, but these towers are falling too quick. They're standing back. They don't want to make a go. What would the go even look like? They have a Sand King throwing out a 2-mile wide sandstorm.
Do something.
First
guys.
barracks go
Do
down.
something. You're getting megas.
Second barracks looks like it's going to follow the after. Taylor comes in. He pops his BKB. A lot of damage being pumped on the Jogger. But look at that. He shreds through Taylor like it's butter. Doesn't even pop his Satanic yet. He just had the butterfly finish, so he wasn't worried about anything that Alchemist tried to do. Buyback on Alchemist now, but it's not going to be enough. Fear out onto Young Handyman. He goes down. Buyback now from the Timbersaw. This is the second life of Taylor. He doesn't have an ultimate on this Alchemist. This Alchemist goes down here. That might be all she wrote. Molotov thrown now by this big Bat Rider. Taylor is dead. No buyback. Buyback already using Handyman. They need him to survive here, but Faith Kian is chopping him down. They have managed to get him out of this, but GG well played is called. Game 1 goes to the June squad. Back to you in just a few minutes.
Stinky Steve has gone to his June cave.
Indeed. Listen, Bob.
won't be. That's okay. Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, this is a funny pick. They've gone for the Stonewall Plate, thank God, while stealing the rune. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mr. Diddle's being gone on. He's in some trouble. Down he goes. Can they take Maniac in exchange? No, they can't. He's hopped into his Shadow Realm, so nothing they can do in return. A very unfortunate start to this offlane for the side of the Junes.
A little bit too level. Here he comes around the back now. He's going to catch the Lich, I'd say. There it is. Surprise! Clockwork, motherfucker. He's ignored the Lich and gone straight into Stinky Steve. Stinky Steve might be able to get away here through the trees, but he's got a huge amount of wand charges. Here's Mousy with the TP in. He saved the Lich too, so this is great rotations from the June squad to completely turn this bot gank on its head. And Megi now is in absolute no man's land. I think he was very much going to die. And Solar Crest gets the kill. That's good. I think they...
That Sandstorm, but chooses instead to back off here. Faith Kian, though, he's hunting. He's hunting. He's hunting. He wants one, and he gets one. Moth taken out immediately at the start of this fight, but now they don't have the lockdown for this Puck, who's going to start doing serious amounts of damage. Solar Crest, though, able to keep up his Sandstorm this fight. Could make a little bit of a difference, but doesn't feel like enough. Double stun out from the Sand King should protect them in terms of their back, so they trade off a decent trade, but hang on, not yet, because now comes in with an amazing hook, follow-up jump from the Centaur as well. Solar Crest, last one left alive, decides to stun through the center of the three of them, but they have the Eclipse, and now he has gone to directly at the front door of a tier 3 tower. This is the hardest June's been worked all tournament.
Great timing.
Now going down, taking them down into this mid lane now. Unsure what we're going to be able to do about this on the side of June squad.
And don't even attempt it if I'm not too.
They did.
Yeah.
Actually, hang on. Standing up a little bit far up is Faith Kian. It's hit up with the stun from the center. He stuns out the center with that ultimate. Might be able to kill him out here potentially. Fear up, but yeah, they do still manage to kill Magi. So a nice kill at the start of this fight for the side of June squad. They do not get the damage from that duel. It ends just in time. But they've now caught out Luna. Luna's in a lot of trouble. She does not have a BKB at all to speak of. So Taylor now going down as well. 2 fast feeds of 2 important heroes in fast succession for the side of Imprint. And they're not done yet. They're going on. They want to find this Maniac little tiny boy. And they do get him. He's caught up with that Burrow Strike. He's going to be going down very shortly. And indeed, there he goes. Faith Kian getting the last little pummel on them. So a 3-for-0 in favor of the June squad without losing any towers.
To Centaur.
Indeed.
That's something. Way ahead of the Legion, or the Willow now.
Stinky Steve did get his Radiance and is now able to start pressure that into some serious items.
Yeah.
If the Spectre can get big enough, it is a decent matchup into the Luna. Problem is, I'm seeing the smoke coming in here from the side of Imprint Academy. They are absolutely centering themselves onto this Stinky Steve Spectre. Is it a bait? We'll have to wait and see. It looks like it might be because they've caught him out with that Lich. It looks like Maniac's going to die at the start of this fight, but Faith Kian, the more important kill, going down to the other side, and they've already used their epicenter. They can't take a fight without it, can they? It doesn't seem like they can. In comes this Lich. He gets silenced, so he doesn't get off his Chain Frost yet. But in comes Stinky. Stinky's doing some serious damage now with that Chain Frost. They do manage to take out Daily, but now Taylor is in this fight. He has the Eclipse. Nile doesn't connect with that hook shot, so it looks like he's going to be going down quite soon as well on this Clockwork. It's a 3-for-2. They do take out the Lich, but they lose their Centaur and their Dark Willow and their Clockwork to do so. Another nice fight from June squad. They brought it from a 22k net worth lead to 12k in 3 minutes.
Solar Crest is some player, man. Like I thought his ulti was too soon.
Oh, it's not done yet. They're making it go now onto this Taylor, little tiny Luna, but it looks like he's going to survive through it. This might not be enough. I'm hearing an uh-oh from the chat, but Solar Crest has the blade, the Bloodstone. He's able to survive through this. He's not just going to kill the Luna. He might kill all of them. He's doing so much damage. He might be able to take a Handyman. Handyman does escape from that in the end, so they lose Mousy, but still a nice trade to have. Flipper Dolphin.
Okay, that's fine.
It feels like a bit of a dangerous play with how far pushed their bot lane is and how slow they are at taking this, but it feels like the side of June's feel like they need to get this. Nile uses the hook shot on the Sand King illusion. They jump in 3 heroes on it, giving them time to finish off this Aegis. They had the bait of the illusions in the mid game. That is your 9k difference right there.
You're doing
Just 10k in this game now. Stinky Steve is a hero all of a sudden. Faith Kian moving in. Handyman showing he could get caught here. A jump from the Legion is definitely in his future. He is caught out. He's hit up with the Lincoln Sphere though, so he doesn't manage to get the duel off. The Lincoln saves him with a follow-up. Incredible fear from Maniac. saves Handyman, maybe temporarily a short jump away from him on this puck, but Mousy is not on time with those kisses for the follow-up. Mousy's kisses always lovely, never on time.
Very, very late kisses, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you always, it's like 4 in the morning and I'm trying to sleep and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, just one more mark.
He's
I'm like,
just
ah,
tonguing you,
bro,
and you're
please.
like, oh, come on.
Stop it,
Yeah,
man. I don't
yeah,
want to deal with this.
Yeah.
But in actuality, not the fight that Joon Squad were looking for there. And indeed, the follow-up fight, Solar Crest taking a lot of damage. He does pop off the BKB. Nile doesn't connect on hookshot again, which is unfortunate. No duel on the Legion Commander and taking so much damage. Taylor showing up this fight. They've taken out both the Legion and the Sand King. The Luna is here to play, but Taylor in some trouble now. One more right click from Stinky Steve is all he's going to need. Will he find it, though? It doesn't look like he will. He has the diff. It doesn't connect. They do lose the Aegis on this Spectre. That was a game of inches. If they had lost their Luna there, that fight looks very different. They lose a 2 and a 3 for a 4 and a 3. They are happy with that trade on Imprint Academy, but the gold exchange is fairly even.
They were up.
Everyone recognizing the importance of this next fight.
Yeah, which looks like it's about to happen.
Indeed it does. They are rotating towards the mid lane. They've caught Diddles early. Will Faith Gan choose to go on to this? I doubt he will, but Daly chooses to go on Faith Gan. He does have the BKB ready. Another missed hook, unfortunately, there from Nile. Stun in from Solar Crest onto Magi. This is not the dual target you want if you're Joon Squad. He's just too tanky. He's surviving through it all. Now Faith Gan is dead as well. I don't know what the decision making was behind choosing that as your dual target. They do have the Lich all bouncing to Infinitum on top of Taylor, on top of the fear. Mr. Diddles is pulling this back, and now they still have their Spectre. They still have Solar Crest. They can kill Taylor here, and indeed they will. Down goes this Luna. They only lose their big Legion Commander and the buyback on their Lich, but they get so much out of this fight. A big Joon Squad moment. Like, we love that. They love Joon Squad. They want to go this. Faith Kian catches Moth with their Aeon Disc. They're not able to get the kill out of this. Again, not the duel they wanted on this Legion. Bad start to the fight, and they don't have the Chain Frost to fix it this time. Indeed, they do, though. They've got it just off cooldown. It's bounced between two of them, but they have no one else for it to bounce to. They have taken out both the supports. That doesn't feel like it's going to be enough because their two supports have died also. Is Spectre large enough where he can win this fight on his own? It looks like Daly's jumping back in onto Faith Kian. A nice jump back in there by the Spectre. Can they take out this puck? It doesn't feel like it. In fact, it feels like Joon Squad are in serious trouble here. They need to get out in the Spectre immediately. They do get a nice little angle to try get out. Sam now the one in trouble. Solar Crest does pop his BKB. He does have the blink. They choose to pursue the Sand King, which in this case does not benefit them.
I don't think they were expecting him to have his...
They didn't check that he had gotten it yet. It just means that he's sitting there like a freak waiting for a Centaur to jump on him afterwards.
So you've got Aeon Disc on Willow, you've got a Lincoln's on Puck, and you've got a...
Taylor BKB popped. They're making a go in here. Stinky Steve, though, happy to just force him to waste his Satanic and his BKB. Solar Crest the follow-up. He has the stun. He's throwing it out. This feels a little aggressive. They do have back up their big Snapfire, but not for a little while. And Sam's going to go down in the meanwhile. These fights they're taking are just too aggressive. They're not working. When they work as a team, they're winning these fights, but they decided not to all of a sudden.
I think he thought he could go in and get out there. He was not correct.
Not into a bug.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be huge.
These items, you know, suddenly an 8k swing from just 2k towards the side of Imprint Academy. They're very good under pressure. They play well when they're losing. I said this before. They are a very clutch stack, and that one go by Sam has just given them so much space to really pull back this game.
Junes are going to need some serious believing right now.
Indeed they are.
Journey level, don't stop.
Flipper got distracted by Ice Cream, and that's why the fight didn't go well. So Flipper's back now, but Faith Kian makes a jump in and catches no one. And his only option now is Magi. It's not looking great. They do manage to catch out a nice stun, though, onto Taylor with the follow-up ultimate as well. He's hexed out on this Spectre, so the first life is dead almost immediately. A really nice kill, and they're still bouncing around that snow, but Taylor has a BKB when he's back, and the Eclipse. A lot more damage, but Solar Crest with that Bloodstone taking no damage whatsoever. Flipper is back, and he's turning the fight. He's watching it, believing in the Junes, and it seems like it might be working. They don't get anything out of this fight, but they don't lose too much either. They're probably happy enough with that one.
Yeah, just the Lich dying, I guess.
Down.
That's the power of that.
What was the
Luna.
closest? It was about 60 at one point?
Yeah.
59. Oh, my Lanta. A couple bad fights is all it takes. These teams are so evenly matched.
Yep.
Now, smoke out from the side of Imprint. They're moving towards this bottom lane. They have the Spectre farming up here. Spectre could be in a lot of trouble here if she is not careful. She has the Haunt up. She does not have a BKB. She will be caught if she doesn't spot the smoke. Smoke now popped onto the Spectre. She has no defensive abilities. She's going to go down here. Down goes Stinky Steve on the Spectre. Has buyback, but does not want to use that right now. Indeed they are. They're moving towards this mid lane now. Could try do something onto this tower, pull off the team fight of dreams if it is at all still possible. But it looks like the side of Imprint Academy are confident. They're moving with the Luna. Once a Luna cracks the initial tower, they melt the rest of it like butter. Sand King jumps in with the stun to Luna, doing a lot of damage. Follow-up duel. This is the duel they needed. It's on top of Taylor, and they pop him immediately. Follow-up ulti onto that Centaur. That Centaur is popped immediately thereafter. This is what they needed, but they do buy back their Spectre. And I don't know if they needed to do that. That is a very, very early buyback, and it's really going to push them back in that network
What they have to do now is go down mid and try and force a buyback out of the Imprint Academy. There's no other way. They have to force buybacks out of them now.
They recognize that the puck is not enough to hold them off, right? They still have the go potential, and here they go. They jump in. He has the Aeon Disc, so they can't quite finish him off. They do still get the dual victory in the end, so that is a kill onto this Dark Willow. And now it looks like these mid-racks could be in trouble. Fortify is popped in the end. And a big pickup here for Solar Crest. He does get that Wind Waker now. A really nice pushing item.
It's only a 10k gold lead now. It was 16. And this is a very different looking game.
Indeed. And if the Spectre didn't buy back, it'd be about 6.
Yes, yeah.
So very, very close game. Still a lane of racks left for the side of the Joon squad. Throws out the ultimate. Doesn't connect on the Spectre. He does not want to get caught again on this Willow. He does manage to walk away, but he's showing. He's in 3-camp rage. He does his heroes behind him, but they just pop him almost immediately. But he does. He's ready for that one, but he's still dead on this Dark Willow. Now they've hexed up the Luna, but the jump in on Faith Cannon is too big. He doesn't get his BKB off, so he dies almost immediately. Buyback now from this Legion Commander. A lot of damage coming out from Solar Crest on this SK, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough because Stinky Steve is dying to Taylor, and down he goes. 2 heroes down so far. Buyback forced from this Legion. The Lich throws the ultimate out, but it's far too late to have any impact. Hang on, never mind. It's bouncing off the Spire into Magi. It could do something here, but look at all of that damage from that machine gun puck ult. They take out the Spectre. They take out the Legion. Buyback on this Lich. They are looking like they are in serious trouble in the Joon squad right now. It's in. Can they do it? Niall chopping down the last remaining remnants of vision. Jump in from the Centaur. Lands it onto this Solar Crest Sand King. But he does have that Wind Waker. Jump in. Huge hook shot coming out from Niall. Doing a lot of damage. Hex out onto this Centaur. But it's not enough. They take out the Sand King. This might be all she wrote for the side of Joon squad in this game. So much pain on their front door. Taking out this last tier 4 tower. They have a Fortify. But as Hamilton once said, it's not enough. When my time is up, have I done enough? No, you have not, Joon squad. This is the end of your game 2. Hail Mary play coming in from the Sand King, but it's more like a Hail Joseph. It's not holy in any way. It's just a leftover dad. GG is called. Game 2 goes to Imprint Academy. Do they pull out? What the fuck are they cooking?
Okay.
Fine. The team who lose this are out of the tournament for real. For real. They will not be coming. It's a good gag. I'll give them that.
Imprint there.
Oh, Stinky Steve and a
Here we
ton of trouble
go.
already.
That's
Magi
it.
doing a lot of damage onto Maniac. 1 or 2 more Reckless always going to take. Throws out that blood grenade. Takes him out. Could go down and return to Emperor June, but doesn't
Not
quite
gonna get the
connect. So a
return.
nice first blood there coming out onto that Luna.
Stay in the lane and you're gonna fall behind.
And it seems like that's exactly what's happening. Once again, as I mentioned it, all 3 of the top securing last hitters so far on the side
There we
of the
go.
Imprint. And meanwhile, out comes the orb from this puck, crashes into the first Solar Crest. Down he goes, and the Rookie, the only person keeping parity on last hits, has just died. Top lane, Faith Can does get a nice return kill on Niall. Very needed. Taylor without the mana to stop that go there. So good rec.
In those fights, he can die very quickly.
Like Mousy trying to get this 6-minute rune, but instead it's taken by E-Clown on this Dark Willow. Does miss the hit there because of the evasion granted by the smoke screen. So Solar Crest lives for another second, manages to blink out a huge escape there on that Ricky. A very important moment. Niall and Taylor not okay with this. Chasing down Faith Pian. Mousy trying to save him, but unable to do so in the end. So Mouse Acro being 14-4. It's looking incredibly rough for the Junes so far this game. Hoping they can somehow pull this back to competitive game 3, but not looking amazing. Nile gone on by Mousy is hit into those cogs. Solarcrest does have some nice synergy with those cogs in terms of throwing off those big clouds on top of it. And now Taylor's caught out. It's a gang coming in from Emperor June. They do take him out. Maniac and Handyman are here now. They are going to try and make a follow-up go onto this Ricky, but they have the heals coming out from this Dawnbreaker. Looks like it could be some trouble for this Dark Willow, pushed back by these cogs. They do manage to chop him down, but Owen has too much damage. He's too strong. Double kill now for the Ogre Magi, but Magi is here with a massive arena of blood. Takes out one, takes out two. Looks like a third's going to fall. 4 for 1 in favor of the side of the Junes in that fight. Oh, actually, Imprint. Hello, Voxo.
Welcome.
Like, I would have thought that Adrian jump in this mid lane. Look at this puck right now being hit up by this Ricky.
Nice.
A big kill. Mousy does manage to secure it on that clockwork. So the Ogre Magi could not withstand what that Maniac Dark Willow was trying to do. It was just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mars is going for Yules, which is actually quite good, I think, against the Ricky. Kill here.
Looks like a go out onto Niles. Solarcrest doing a lot of damage here. Is starting to build up the kills on this Ricky. And with that little fast that gives him extra go and experience with getting those kills, this is going to start building up fast. Jump in from Faithcan, lands the double Dawnbreaker on those guys. Nice hit with him. Takes out Taylor. An important fight in the back lines. They do lose Solarcrest, but still a 2 for 1 as of now. But the problem here is young Handyman. They do take out Maniac, but can they deal with this puck? It's getting even better. 3 for 1 so far, and now Magi in even more trouble. Faithcam back in this game. Arena of Blood dropped, but they have this Eclipse in the middle of it, dropping down that Mars, pulling them back into the game. You can hear the laughter from across the room. Junes are pulling this back. There's also 3 KMR below the rest of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
He's pulling off an incredible performance
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Handyman wants to go back in though, and as you said, until that Ricky kind of gets that defusal, he's a little bit uncontested here. And let's get stunned though. Stun comes out from the Ogre Magi. Not enough in this case. He does manage to get out. Mousy though, chasing down Handyman. He has an orb up in 2, but he has that hit upon him. And he does go down. Solarcrest pops him on this Ricky. 2 deaths in fastest session for Owen.
He didn't die.
Still a little bit scary. Mousy just managed to hold that bottom lane for now. Quite a nice hold. Maniac now TPing onto this top lane. Faithkian might be in some trouble here. Another TP coming in from this Mars. Faithkian though recognizes the gank is coming, throws that hammer up to that high ground. Is hit up by that Terrorize though. Solarcrest connecting. They don't know he's here. They drop off the stuns from the Ricky. They still do get put into that arena of blood with that ultimate coming out from Maniac. So it's not enough damage necessarily to win them this fight. And now the Ricky is in huge trouble, getting hit up by those Jackrow spells. Very, very low. Has to turn tail, has to run, but does get hit up by that spear on the way out. Mousy also looking like he's in some trouble here. 1 or 2 more right clicks and he is going to go down, while Handyman drops that Dream Coil at the other side of the fight on top of that Ogre Magi. So he will be the last one to go down, it seems like, in this fight. If he can break his ankles here to oblivion. I can hear him shouting in the distance, but it's not enough, unfortunately. A disaster fight there for the Junes.
They only want to show up, so it's like if you just bring 5 and you insta kill 1 hero, that 5th hero that you have is never going to come because it's never going to look good enough for them in their mind, you know? So
looks like a go here now. Out onto Taylor. They have the silence on top of him with that smoke screen. Taylor looking like some trouble. Great play from Nile there. A ginormous macro power with the ice pass as well, but it's not enough. Taylor does still go down, but they lose Faith Kian, and Solarcrest going to follow him into the grave. A 2 for 1 already, and it looks like it's only going to get worse. Emperor June here, Mr. Diddles, facing the full wrath of Imprint Academy all on top of him, and down he goes.
yeah, they had what, a 3-man coil.
Damage coming out from that Ricky, I imagine, as well. So yet another way they can stop it from having any impact. I am still deeply worried what they're able to do with this Ricky. They catch out the Luna, do a lot of damage, but a great footwork coming in from the Clockwork into the follow-up from the Dawnbreaker. Great plays there with the tricks of the trade on top. They take out the 2 supports in fast session.
Perfect.
And a DD was on the puck. That Solarcrest is not done though. Seems like he wants to make a go here onto Taylor. He spots him with his ward that he has up above. I question whether he has the damage to play this aggressively into him. Maybe with Emperor June and with Faith Kian on top, he might.
Too much
But
for
they
me.
have the DD on this puck. This feels really scary. He does manage to drop off that smoke screen, doing a lot of damage onto the Razor. They look like they're going to get him, and indeed they do. But what do they lose for doing so? Mousy looks like he's going to go down pretty soon. And he probably won't be it, as Emperor June also being chased out, hit up with that ice path from the Jackrow, does end up going down. So they keep from this puck, for example, being able to get out of that really nice, getting out of the brambles from this Dark Willow, getting out of the Cursed Crown. If you're skilled enough, you can perfectly timed. I'm sure that's very easy for you. Very difficult
No,
for me.
no, it's not. No.
Stinky though.
Yeah, he needs the BKB. Like,
Yeah.
when that
Razor going hook, let his teammates get out, die. And if he can just continuously do that for the rest of the game, that's value, right?
Yeah.
Seems like they are going to do exactly that. They're going to smoke down towards this bottom lane, trying to connect potentially with any heroes farming there. But June Squad immediately are going for the Roche. This
don't
could
like
be
this.
poor timing. With the right hook jump, this is looking very scary indeed. But they are taking it quite quick. Are they unaware on the side of Academy that this is going on?
I think they are.
I don't think they know. Well, now that they've been seen, it's
Finish
potentially
it.
not so much. Finish this off ASAP right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Diddle's giving up his life, hoping that he can somehow finish it off, but it
Finish
doesn't
the
look like it.
Roche.
The Roche is not done yet. They do manage to drop off that big hit. It looks like the Roche will go down. Mousie's going to try to finish off everything he can.
no.
Mousy does get the Aegis, but they do lose the kill. And in the meantime, they also lose both their Ogre Magi and this Ricky. A disastrous fight. And now Faithkian hammers in on top of that Ice Path, doing a huge amount of damage to himself and dooming himself in the process. Taylor running down Faithkian. He's stunned up by the Mars. He's also going to go down here. Mousy walking in after the fight, trying to save Faithkian, but it's too little. It's too late. He's going to go down as well. So it's a 6 for 2 in that fight with the buyback expended.
And they get a Roach kill.
Yeah.
Tyre gets the Roach as well.
A 4K exchange almost after that fight. What was looking really positive for the side of June's, now looking significantly different after that fight.
Yeah, they 3.5 has a network swing on that. I mean, they
Be damn good, even if they're arena.
The Ricky's just picked up a BKB as well. Like, they should just dodge this, wait the BKB on the Luna. It's like maybe 1 minute away, and then just go for a big team fight.
It doesn't look like it's going to. In fact, is the Luna who might be caught out at the start here. Already popped his Mask of Madness. Lucky not to be caught there on that Luna. Solar Crest comes in.
no
He does
BKB.
drop off that silence, but meanwhile, Faithkian being absolutely chopped to pieces by this Razor, forced TP out BKB from the entire side of June Squad. They get nothing out of that movement and lose a BKB charge on the Ricky and lose a Dawnbreaker right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has a VIP booster on the Ricky, and he has an Octarine queued up, but I'm not sure why you would buy the VIP booster.
AD rune currently on Solar Crest could try and make a play here. They're a bit clumped up on the side of Imprint Academy. Indeed, he decides to jump in, but gets hook shot in by Mousy, but doesn't quite connect. But in comes that big Tricks of the Trade. Faith Kian in as well. A big hammer at the start of that fight, but Solar Crest in huge trouble on this Ricky, linked up. Meanwhile, it looks like Taylor could be in some trouble in the second half of this fight, because Faith Kian has taken basically no damage. Now he's back in and he's chopping down Taylor. Down he goes.
Maga?
It's a 2 for 0 so far. And in the back lines, looks like Daly's going to get out of this one. Handyman strolling away, but a 2 for 0 and a tower defended. You take that at June's at this point. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I would have rather, if it was my carry or my mid lane, I would rather the Nullifier come out, but
That's why he's 8.9 and you're 9. Guess that's
Yeah,
the diff,
well,
right? I'm only
I
joking.
suppose.
Only joking. In jumps this Ricky now. Makes it look like he's going to make it go. He gets some good vision on top of this Jackro. Jacro's a great first catch. They can get him. Mousy misses the hook stock, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. He's still chopped down at the start of this fight. Luna gets the link
Only
broken
18
almost
damage.
immediately. Only 18
Taylor's
damage
going
stolen,
down.
and he hasn't. Oh, Taylor is going down in this fight.
Yeah.
Out he goes. And meanwhile, it found out Moth on this Dark Willow. 1 or 2 more right clicks.
Nice.
Oh, it's going to take
Really
a
good
3
fight.
for 0 next to the Roche pit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Stinky Steve just gets away.
Yeah, the Jackro shard, quite nice. They end up getting it onto Maniac. That's a really nice one. The bonus Curse Crown with the Brambles is always a pleasant one to have.
Yeah, the Ricky, because the Ricky can dodge that first crown if he uses Tricks of Trade, but then he's going to get brambled on the way out. He can't blink in the brambles, obviously.
Okay, they claim that Walker, but in doing so, show the side of Infinite there. Meanwhile, Faith Kian comes
Getting
in
out.
at a not so great a position and does just jump back out. But meanwhile, it looks like the Jackro is all but dead. The Ricky Nile staying alive much longer than perhaps he should be. They do throughout the arena, but it looks like Stinky Steve has not been linked up, so he is going to be coming back into this fight, doing a
Just
lot
go
of
fight.
damage. Here it comes. Here comes those glaives. They are bouncing between all these heroes, doing far too much. The first hero taken down is that Mars, and it looks like Niall's going to follow him thereafter. Indeed, they do manage to kill Mousy on that Clockwork. Really good game of Avoid being played by the side of Imprint here. Really, really playing this fight to the best of their abilities. Faith Kian is in now, though. He's going to try and make a go onto this Razor,
what
but
was
Soda
that?
Crest gets stuck on the high ground, not able to quite take him out. The back end of this fight has looked like the messiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Nobody's getting caught. In the end, it's actually a negative fight for the side of June Squad. Faith Kian jumps back in, though, does chop down Taylor. A very important kill to get.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what was happening. They would have stood around. His team was going to back him up, He would have been super clumped. It would have been way better, I think, if he just dies and buys back.
Hang on, in comes Moth, almost immediately chopped down by this Ogre Magi. In comes the puck, but he's silenced when he comes right in, so could be in some trouble here. Maniac does live for a second, but with that phylactery on this Luna, chops him down quite quickly there afterwards. There's a Dream Coil. Magi tries to pop it. He throws it immediately onto this Luna. 10 seconds of the BKB side on the Aegis, so he's fine with that being popped. He doesn't mind that whatsoever. Meanwhile, Silence thrown out onto this Puck. Puck does manage to escape from that, but it looks like Daly is in a lot of trouble right now on this big old Mars, and down he does go indeed. The Junes are marching in. Taylor is back in this fight now. They have to show this some respect. They no longer have this Aegis. They need to be a little careful about how they approach this one.
Yeah.
Absolute stomp earlier. The first tier 3 of the game does go towards Junes, but they're doing a lot of damage out on Stinky Steve. But he turns, he goes, I'm happy to take it. Breaks the link almost immediately again. Now
Good
Taylor forced out. Great hook in there from Mousy onto Niall, but Niall still staying alive. 2 team fights in a row, but not this time. Sodercrest forced in to finish off Niall, but he also gets a cheeky bit of damage onto Taylor. Taylor go down again here. Massive fear coming out from Moth. Saves that team fight. Saves what could be their entire team at this point. They're still just right-clicking the base, though.
Down.
Stinky Steve could be going down here, but instead he pops down the puck, and he's staying alive. He 4-stops out. This man cannot be killed. He's too stinky to fail.
As I said, Dire have 4 big items. Oh, smoke up here.
Big smoke up here before those 4 big items come in. It looks like they want to take a fight. Mousy here to intercept it, though. Doesn't quite get caught by that. He has a BKB on this Clockwork. Big greedy Clock is paid off, and now he's able to actually stun up Niall, force out a bad fight, and hopefully Keen is linked, but it breaks almost immediately, and Stinky Steve is now in. He doesn't pop his BKB early, though, so he's ends up being popped out by this Puck. But the Puck is dead almost immediately from that Eclipse. Niall also dead. Daly in huge trouble, taking so much damage from these loosened beams. They're chasing down this Mars. He has the hammer on Faith Kean. Can he pull him out? Yes, he can. It connects. The last hit of that hammer smashes into Daly, and Daly looks like he's going down. It's 325 now, so she has the bonus target per loosened beam. And Taylor might be in some trouble here. Does he have his BKB? It doesn't look like an incredible hook shot there from Mousy. Catches out this Razor. This Razor is in huge trouble. He's gone.
GG.
These towers are falling. It appears the Mothman has left the
Somebody's
building.
not happy.
Imprint Academy, everyone. There we go. Guys, we'll see you very soon for the finals. I hope you're ready, Voxo.